By the way, do you have any embodiment practice? Because we're cerebral people. So
Yeah.
is there anything that you do as a way to drop into the body and then emotions versus just being here all the time?
Yeah. First of all, as a musician, the reason I've kept up being a musician all these years, I started when I was 5.
Mm.
It's an embodied practice of being in flow. It forces me to sing from my chest and my belly and feel the piano and the guitar and my fingers and actually be present with people physically, not just mentally. So that's a real practice for me. I also, people talk about getting exercise every day, and usually they talk about 30 minutes of exercise. I get 5 minutes, but it's every day. So it's enough to ground me in my body to make sure I get that 5 minutes of running every day.
5 minutes of running, like a Tabata type of practice, or what?
I'm not familiar with that term.
Oh, Tabata, developed by this Japanese exercise guru. Essentially is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 rounds for a total of 4 minutes.
Wow.
The whole idea.
I'm very simple. This ties into my practice with flow and synchronicity in general. I do what I can that's consistent. And what's consistent for me is I can find usually 6 minutes on my treadmill. And I can do that because that's the time it takes me to get my heart rate up. And as long as I've done that, I'm going to be a little more grounded in my day.
Awesome. I love that.
It's not ideal. It's not like I'm saying I'm fulfilling a specific practice, because that would be mental. I'm trying to get out of the mental idea of what's enough and focus on what is right for my body.
Yeah, but it echoes what we talked about, because every time you step onto that treadmill, you're reinforcing the identity. I'm an athlete. And since you're being consistent with that it's not even a question whether or not you're an athlete, because you are, by sheer volume of how many days you have exercised for 5-6 minutes at a time.
And that's how we make real change in our lives, is what are the things that we can do that are consistent, not what we think we should do in our heads and we're doing to impress somebody else or prove it to ourselves, but what's coming from our soul, our core place that's consistent, that will define who we are.